You are welcome here, just the way you are. No more hiding tears, no more covering scars. You are welcome, holy welcome. You are welcome here, just the way you want to be. Bring your deepest hopes and all your wildest dreams. You are welcome, holy welcome, holy welcome. You are welcome here, just the way you are. No more hiding tears, no more covering scars. You are welcome, holy welcome. You are welcome here, just the way you want to be. Bring your deepest hopes and all your wildest dreams. You are welcome.
There's something in the air, the dream of life in love, with minds that rest in prayer, sparking joy we're in awe. No matter where your path has been or time will somehow flies, like souls will come home again, true friendship ever thrives. Is this where the magic happens? Can you feel the hearts revealed right now in you and me? The secret is wherever we are. There's something in a smile that can turn a day around. Moments so worthwhile when we find common ground. No matter what the day might bring, right here we can align, knowing that we will be seen as perfect, whole, divine. 'Cause this is where the magic happens. Let's feel all the hearts, from close to me and me to you. The secret is wherever we are. So meet me where the magic happens, feeling all the hearts that united now in you and me. The secret is wherever, the secret is whenever, the secret is together we are.
Hey there, good morning. Welcome to Where the Magic Happens. Thank you, Shay, for your beautiful song. And Shay's actually the one that puts together those videos for us. So I'm so grateful to her contribution to our community every single week. All right, so welcome to Center for Spiritual Living St. George. We're an open hearts, open minds, loving ourselves, loving each other, and inclusive community, recognizing that every face we look at is the face of spirit for sure, and that we are a community that supports thinking creatively and living a deeply spiritual life. We hope that you find something here that keeps you coming back. And we're just so happy you've joined us today on this beautiful Sunday morning here in St. George. I hope it's grand where you are. We have a terrific team put together for you today. Bill Smith, one of our practitioners, is our technician behind the scenes today, making everything happen. I'm your host. I'm Marina Anderson. I'm on the core council. I also help with the tech team, the service team, and so happy to have Bill fill in those shoes today so brilliantly. Our music, of course, today is presented by Alan Stanley, one of our longtime members who has been involved all through the things that brought us online and in person. So thank you, Alan, for your lovely contributions as well. Christopher McCardle, practitioner, is doing our invocation today. Another practitioner, boy, we're heavy on the practitioners today. Yay. Star is doing our sacred reading. And we are delighted to have the return of Rev Steph as our guest speaker today. She has spoken with us periodically over the last few years. And I personally am so happy to have her back on the screen. I can't hardly wait to hear what she and Spirit have in store for us today. Right. So, Alan.
Hello, Marina.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay. So we're going to start off this morning with our invocation, which we usually introduce with a song. And we'll sing a little bit, or if you want to just hum. But the main thing is that we can relax. And then in the middle, Christopher will come in and offer our invocation. And then we'll finish off with the tune. And so just sit back and relax and feel safe. Here I am, a vessel to be used. Whatever spirit needs of me, I will be, I will be, I will be. Here I stand, my heart is here to serve. Wherever love is leading me, I will go, I will go, I will go.
Good morning. Now it's time for our invocation or our prayer. as we kind of settle into today, till we open ourselves up to what's happening here right now. And we do that, we recognize that there's a divine energy, this beautiful, magnificent power that is of all creation, that's moving freely amongst us all. It is the community that is settled here right now. So as I open up, I recognize that we're all connected, we're all interconnected, that each of us part of this whole community, which shows by example of who we are, who we represent, by showing up. And I know that as today's service begins, Rev Steph offers words of encouragement and ideas and new ways of thinking and looking at life in a simple way. As we love thy neighbor, as we open ourselves up by example to show people who we are as Center for Spiritual Living St. George. So in this, I give gratitude for each of you out there watching right now. And I know that you are open and ready and listening to the ideas that are presented before you that will help transform your lives. So with that very gratitude, I open service this morning by affirming the words, and so it is.
So it is. Thank you, Christopher. Here I am, a vessel to be used. Whatever spirit needs of me, I will be, I will be, I will be. Here I stand. My heart is here to serve. Wherever love is leading me, I will go, I will go, I will go. Here I am, a vessel to be used. Whatever spirit needs of me, I will be, I will be, I will be. I'd like to welcome Star, one of our practitioners, to offer our reading today. Hello, Star.
Hi, Alan. Thank you so much. Love the song. All right. I chose a few quotes here, and I'm just going to read them. They're from about 4 different people. Number 1 is from Harold Kushner. Let prayer burn away the fog so we can see each other clearly, so that we can see beyond labels, beyond accents, beyond gender or skin color. Let the warmth and brightness of the sun melt our selfishness, so we can share the joys and feel the sorrows of our neighbors. And let the light of the sun be so strong that we will see all people as our neighbors. Let the earth, nourished by rain, bring forth flowers to surround us with beauty. And let the mountains teach our hearts to reach upwards to heaven and inward to heaven. The next one is by Hafiz. We are the guardians of beauty. We are the protectors of the sun. There is only one reason we have followed God into this world: to encourage laughter, freedom, dance, and love. We are the champions of God's beauty, the guardians of truth. Every man, plant, and creature in existence, every woman, child, and note is a servant of our beloved, a harbinger of joy, of light. I love that one. The next one by Bill Moyers. Love thy neighbor as thyself, because thy neighbor is thyself. That's a good one. The most important renewal of life is that which occurs on Rosh Hashanah. because that is when all life of the previous year returns to its essential source, and a new life, such as was never known before, emerges from the void. That's from Zvi Freeman. Thank you very much. I hope this touches some hearts.
It touched mine. Thank you, Star. Well, we'll sing together. This is a nice little David Alt tune, one of my favorites. These shoes I've worn thin, and the dust that covers them gives a clue to where I've been. But now I return to a hope that nurtures me, and love has remedied from all the lies and doubts and the shame that seemed unending. I'm awakening, I stand and sing, I return to the source of my creation, opening to my place of transformation. Now I see love lives in me. I return to the glory of our oneness, flourishing, fearless, free, and fully conscious. Now I see, stand and see. I have returned. Day after day, there are many paths to choose. Some we win and some we lose. Still all lead to one, where the hearts that tarry there believe in love beyond compare. Finally I trust your embrace and give thanks for the journey here. Yes, I'm awakening, I stand and sing, I return to the source of my creation, opening to my place of transformation. Now I see love lives in me. I return to the glory of our oneness, flourishing, fearless, free, and fully conscious. Mightily I stand and sing. I have returned. I have returned. I have returned.
Oh, thank you, Alan. I love that David Alt song.
Thank you.
I was singing right along with you. I'm glad
yeah, I could hear you.
Could ya? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, hello again, everyone. I hope you enjoyed Alan's music. That really was, he picked a couple of really goodies today. Very kind of prominent songs in New Thought tradition. So as you know, we are focusing this year on living out loud, and in September on loving out loud. I'm so excited to introduce Rev Steph Saint Amand. I hope I'm always trip over your name, Reverend Steph. I am so sorry about that, but I just love this Reverend. She has, as I said before, served us so beautifully many, many times over the last few years, and I'm just really excited to have you back. Yay.
Yay for me too. Yay for me too. Absolutely.
All right, take it away.
Oh, Well, thank you so much. Thanks for that love. I'm so appreciative of any opportunity I get to be in your presence. What an exciting expression of spirit to be together, that we get to come together in this way, thanks to technology and eons of moments that it took to get to this one so that we could be together. I am very blessed, so very blessed. And blessed to talk about love thy neighbor. It sounds like a demand, doesn't it? Love thy neighbor. Get that done. And really, we know that love is this divine expression of spirit that is forever unfolding itself. And so as we look at this topic today, love thy neighbor, we really need to remember who we are loving is ourself. Who we are loving is the divine reflection and emanation of spirit, the one thing that is back of absolutely everything. So love thy neighbor is loving thyself. I love the quotes that Star had. I have a page of those as well, and which is lovely. So Bill Moyers, he said, right, love thy neighbor as thyself, because thy neighbor is thyself. This is the belief that we have in Centers for Spiritual Living, that we are teaching oneness, that we are practicing oneness. And I believe that the greatest disease that we have is the belief in the illusion that we are separate, that we are separate from one another, that we are separate from the divine, that we are separate from an infinite divine plan. And that is this expression of an illusion that we have bought into because of freedom. We get to be free, and so we get to rub up against all the things that challenge us as human beings. So loving thy neighbor, loving ourselves, these are the big three, the Trinity of love. This is what I believe deeply in, the Trinity of love. This is what we do together. Love God, love ourselves, love our neighbors. What do these three things have in common? Love God, love ourselves, love our neighbors. The one thing that we have in common with all of those things besides love is that we are one. God, ourself, and our otherness, we are one thing. There is nothing separate from that divine infinite mind that is expressing itself through all of life, through everything. And so every situation that we get to be in this aware state, is an expression of a divine and Holy Spirit that is pushing itself and pressing upon itself into this life as billions of unique and unrepeatable sparks of its own information, its own wisdom, its own grace. And so as we engage in this life, are we being a good neighbor? Are we being a good neighbor so that we are easy to love in our community? Are we being the neighbor that our others are seeing upon us and going, love thy neighbor, love thy neighbor. I gotta love my neighbor. Are we being that good person? So I have this beautiful little story that I heard years ago, and it's a man coming up a walkway. And there's a village. He's approaching a village, and there's an elder standing on the side of the village. He's just outside the gates that say welcome of this beautiful village. And so the man approaches the elder and he says, how are the people in this community? How are the people in this village? I'm looking for a new place to set up camp. I want a new place to live. And I'm just wondering about the people that are in this community. And so the elder looks at him and smiles and says, well, how are the people in the community that you're leaving? And he said, oh my goodness, they are horrible. They're always angry. They're stealing. They're taking things from people. There's just all this hostility and anger. And the elder said, oh my goodness, you're going to find that same group of people here. And so the stranger said, oh, thank you for this information. I'm going to keep moving. I'm going to keep moving to the next village and see if I can find something that better suits me. And so time went on, the man moved on, and there the elder sat at the edge of his village. And a few hours later, another person came up to him and asked the same question. He said, how are the people in this community? How are the people in your village? I'm looking for a new home. I need to move. I need to find some place to live. And the elder said, again, what were the people like in the community that you're leaving? And the stranger said, "Oh my goodness, they were such loving, wonderful, caregiving people. I'm actually really sorry I have to move, but I'm looking for work on top of a new place to live. And I just am looking for something that is alivened in that beautiful expression. Good people, lots of love." And the elder said, "Oh, well, you are in luck. You're going to find those same people in this village." And the strangers thanked him profusely and said, "Oh, thank you, thank you. I'm going to find somewhere to stay and be a part of this community." And isn't that interesting that two people asked the same person about the same village, that this experience is happening for them? They both need to move. They both need to find somewhere that they want to live. And they asked the same question, and the elder gave the same response. It was their own doing, their own attraction, their own vibration, their own experience that is bringing forth whatever it is they're going to find here in the next place, in the next place, in the next conversation, in the next situation. You're going to find the same experience if you aren't willing to open up your heart and be a part of that experience in a loving, profound way. Are you a safe space? Are you a home for someone's heart? I loved what Alan said as he was coming back in with the music. Sit back, relax, feel safe. Oh my goodness. As soon as he said that, I sat back, I relaxed, and I was invited to feel safe in this space and in this environment, in this community. Are we doing that for one another as the neighbor? Are we just looking for those neighbors that are easy to love? Are we looking for the neighbors that are easy to love? Because I will tell you, every situation that we are in, we bring a piece of ourselves. Everything that we are representing and seeing out there in this world is a piece of us already. There is only one infinite intelligence expressing and expanding upon the very nature of its own being. And we are that. And so as we experience and express ourselves into this world as our neighbors, as our situations and as our experiences, every interaction is a part of us. Every situation, every conversation, every embrace, we are sharing a piece of ourselves. And in fact, the moment we are planted in this realm of experience and expression, that divine blueprint is within us. So that this life is finding all the pieces of ourself that have already been spread outwardly by the beginning of time. In the moment of our experience, the moment that the divine had an idea that was our unique expression in this life, that is only us, only our thumbprint, only our palm, only our ears, only our eyes can see and feel and touch and know the expression of our uniqueness. And if we are that divinity, if we are that divine, is it not true of everyone around us that we have been put into a part of us into every situation? And every time we part from a situation, every time we conclude an embrace, we are leaving a piece of us with that person. We are leaving a piece of ourselves in the mind of the other, until we remember that there is no other. Until we remember there is no other, we are finding our pieces and bringing our wholeness back to this beautiful expression of spirit. Martin Luther King Jr. called for us to be love-struck with each other, to be love-struck, not colorblind toward each other, but to be love-struck. To find that divinity that is within us, fall deeply and madly in love with our God, to know that that divine source and substance that is articulating and animating its own being through our uniqueness is enough to radiate within us a love for ourselves. Love God, love ourselves. And then we get to remember who we are. We get to remember that we are spirit unfolding and spirit enfolding. And so we learn to love our neighbor. We learn to love one another in a beautiful expression of spirit, living and breathing wholeness into the very circulation of everything. And so let us remember that that beautiful spark that we leave in another person is within their magnificent mind. their holy vessel, their divine circulation. And so what piece of us are we leaving in them? What piece of us are we leaving in them? Are we leaving love, peace, joy, presence? Are we leaving inspiration, motivation? Are we leaving determination, conviction? Are we leaving harm, hurt, suffering? Are we rubbing up against them in such a way that cannot be undone without another interaction of forgiveness, atonement? We are here to love. A divine, intelligent mind that is spirit unfolding perfectly is divine love. It is unconditional love. I feel like I talk about this over and over and over again. We are here to love. There is only one love. There can be nothing else. In fact, last week when I gave a message on love as a spectrum, I said that love could not possibly be on a spectrum, that there is divine love, that love is unconditional, and there can be no other. There is no spectrum in wholeness. There is simply a spectrum of likedness. Do I like my neighbor? I don't have to like my neighbor. I am loving my neighbor, and I am choosing to love my neighbor, choosing to participate and engage in the divine wholeness that I am, so that I am a reflection outwardly of that wholeness. Of that wholeness. We are here to love. We are here to love. Ralph Waldo Emerson, he said, the purpose of life is not to be happy. It's to be useful, honorable, compassionate, to have it make some difference that you have lived well, to be lived well this life, this one life. And so what we bring to the table is spirit. What we receive at the buffet of life that is happening all around us is spirit. There is not two things. There is only one infinite expression, always giving of itself. And with love, Ernest Holmes says, with love. Without love, he says, nothing can be accomplished. With love, all things are possible. The Bible says all things are possible with God. So God and love are one thing. And Ernest continues, our love, our prayers are answered, and the gift of heaven is made. Which brings me to this another beautiful story that I love. So you're visualizing a hallway. There's a hallway, and there is 2 rooms on either side of this hallway, and you have a choice. This hallway is illuminated, and there is a choice to be made. And so as this beautiful soul entered this room, this illuminated room, this hallway, he was given a choice. You can choose to be in this room over here and this room over here. You can see what's in this room. And so he looks to the left and he sees that this beautiful feast is happening. It's amazing, this beautiful bowl that's an infinite soup. Always full, always ready, always warm. This beautiful, tasty soup is right there in the center of the room. And all of these people, all over the place, they look like they're in suffering. And what's happened is none of them have elbows. None of them have elbows. And they're all trying to scoop and feed themselves. And so soup is going everywhere. This beautiful, hot soup is going everywhere. And the man questions, why are people in this room? What does the other room look like? What's my other choice? And so he looks in this other room, and it's the exact same room, a big, beautiful cauldron of soup, this amazing, warm, beautiful soup that is delicious. It is infinite. It is endless. It is amazing, powerful, beautiful soup in this room. And everyone has no elbows. But the difference is they have spoons and they're feeding each other. And so everyone is joyfully receiving the soup. Everyone is feeding each other. There's the giving and there's the receiving. And so the man chooses. He's like, if I'm giving up my elbows, I am giving into this space. I'm going into this space. This is my choice. We get to be in that choice every single day. We get to participate in this every single day. Are we going to choose the room where we all are out for ourselves, trying to get all that we can and therefore getting nothing? Or are we going to choose this room where we share ourselves, where we share the gift of ourselves with one another, loving each other? The beautiful thing about this space is they didn't care who you were before you entered the room. They only care that you were hungry. We get to do that out in the world every single day. We get to participate and engage in our communities, in our families, in our friendships, in every relationship. We have a choice to make. Are we showing up? Are we showing up as loving presence? Are we showing up as a divine reflection of that which is in the other? Remembering that we are not separate from one another. We are never separate. The Science of Mind reminds us, think of the whole world as your friend, but you must also be a friend to the whole world. So it's not just about loving the neighbors that are kind to you. It's not just about loving the people who agree with you. Oh, it's so easy, isn't it? To love the people who are in agreement with you, who think that your ideas are magnificent. But can you sit calmly in a Zen-like state and have a conversation with people who disagree with you? Are you able to be friendly and civil and loving to someone who adamantly disqualifies and discounts your ideas of values and worthiness and deservedness? Can we sit in relationship with those people, and participate as the divine love that we are? The infinite, endless supply of that love is ready for us to tap in, tune in, and align with the very expression and experience of that love. We are rubbing up against each other, sanding down all the rough places until we are smooth as a light bulb to illuminate that which is spirit unfolding for our highest and greatest good. Remember, it is not our life's purpose to be happy. Happy is a byproduct of the life that you are living. Happiness and joy comes from a place of engaging with that divine, infinite expression of spirit that is always participating and guiding us to our highest self. Ernest Holmes, he says, a constant realization of the presence of spirit will provide a sense of divine compassion or companionship that no other attitude can produce. When we are sitting across from these beautiful souls, these angels who disagree with us, can we visualize their divinity? Can we see them as whole? Can we operate under the construct that they are here for our highest and greatest good and that they are themselves good? That they are this beautiful reflection and emanation of the same thing that we are that divine light, and they are a reflection of that which wants to be made known in our lives so that we can grow, evolve, expand, become more. Are we willing to be challenged and uncomfortable as we learn to love our neighbors as ourselves, and in such a way that we are learning to love ourselves deeply? Knowing who we are is the greatest gift that we can give to one another. Loving ourselves for all the missteps, all the stories that other people have told about us that we believe, we can set those down. We can set those down, and then we can set all the stories, all the jumping to conclusions, all the high standards, all the unspoken expectations of the other, and allow them into our life in such a way that is showing up as wisdom, showing up as grace, showing up as beauty, showing up in all of these beautiful expressions of spirit. I love this quote by Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein understood a human being is a part of the whole, called by us universe, a part limited in time and space. He experiences himself, his thoughts and feelings as something separate from the rest, a kind of optical illusion of his consciousness. This delusion is a kind of prison for us, restricting us to our personal desires and to affection for persons nearest to us. Our task must be to free ourselves from this prison by widening our circle of compassion to embrace all living creatures and whole nature of its beauty. Albert Einstein, a physicist, reminds us to let go of the edges, let go of this illusion of separation, and become one in our awareness, in our consciousness, that we are conscious in our minds today, remembering that we are magnificent, and therefore everyone must be that, because we are not separate from anything and anyone. A divine blueprint has laid itself out perfectly so that we can show up in form as spirit, that we can engage in this life and have all the sensations that spirit has blessed us with, whatever those sensations are: sight, smell, touch, being embraced and embracing. We get to be that whole expression and experience for each other in this life. So, how are we showing up as community today? How are we showing up? Are we showing up on Sundays? Are we being good people on Sundays? Are we being good people every moment of this day, starting with the moment you see your own reflection and trusting that that is the Holy Spirit gazing back at you, and that you are gazing upon this infinite wonder, staying curious, staying in awe and wonder as you move through this life, as you engage in the buffet that is before you, sharing yourself with one another, sharing the wholeness of who you are. Not just the loving moments, but reminding you that every part of you is holy and sacred and good. Every part of your neighbor is holy and sacred and good. The sticky stuff, the sweet stuff, the hard stuff, the soft stuff, every morsel and every moment is a divine reflection of an infinite plan, a divine idea whose only expression is through you. Its only expression is through you. You are that power, you are that powerful, and you are this beautiful expression of spirit living. So remember that, as Rumi says, in this earth, in this soil, in this pure field, let's not plant any seed other than seeds of compassion and love. Let's plant good seeds today and always as we move out into this experience of life, and trust that if it's before us, it is for us. If it is before us, it is something for the highest and greatest good of your day, of your life, of your very essence. You are everything that you need to be. You are everything your neighbor needs you to be. And there needs be nothing more, for there is nothing greater than that. The divine love planted in you to share and to spread that love like a field full of seeds. Be that today for yourself, for the divine, and for the divine in everything we think is other. So let's move into this place of prayer. That's what we do, right? Take this into the power of affirmative prayer and know a greater truth for ourselves, to know that we love our neighbors, that we love ourselves, that we love God, and that this path that we are on is easy, and it is easy to love, easy to choose love. Are you ready for that spiritual moment of practice? Just coming together in that place of love, feeling that breath, that you are not the only one breathing in this moment. Take that in. There's billions of breaths right now. And there's only one breath right now. And so in this moment, I remember that I am spirit breathing. I'm the breath of the divine. I am the holy love, expanding and expressing and recognizing and knowing that everything that I am is spirit first. For I know and trust that there is only one power, one presence, one divine infinite intelligence that has woven itself in and through and as absolutely everything There's no space, no place, no moment, no breath where the divine is not emanating its expression and imprinting upon everything. And so it is imprinting upon me. It is encompassed within me. It is all that I am. And so I turn my awareness into this place of heavenly love. I am the host of love. I am the welcomer of love. And the divine love that I experience and express is from an infinite source, a universal presence. And so I simply just allow love to choose me in this day. I allow the choice of loving, powerful presence to ignite within me and to know a greater truth for myself and for my community, for everyone around me. Everywhere I am, love engages and expands and expresses. Everywhere I am, I choose to show up as loving presence. I choose to be kind and compassionate. I choose to love my neighbor as myself. And furthermore, I choose to love myself unconditionally. And so it is easy for me to recognize love wherever I go. It is easy for me to see and feel and know love in every situation, in every conversation, in every experience, in every circumstance. It is easy for me to be aware of love, to express and to receive this love. And so I am open. I am an open vessel. I'm an open flute for that divine and holy love that reciprocates in everything I do. As the law of circulation of love enters through me, filters through me, and expresses from me, I know this is good and very good, and I need do nothing more. There is nothing more for me to do to bring about loving presence in my life. Loving presence is all that is. And so I engage with it, I play with it, I hone it, I love it. And I bring it to this moment in my awareness, and I bring my awareness to this day. As I live and breathe and have my being in spirit, I know and trust with absolute faith and unconditional gratitude. That love is within me. That love is spirit's love. I let love reign, and I let it be so. And so it is. And so it is.
So it is. Oh my gosh. You did not disappoint. You in spirit. I touched my heart. I have so many notes here that I but I just wanted to say that I love that you used Einstein. I've long, my whole adult life, I've always felt like science didn't negate spirit, right? Carl Sagan was the first one that I heard say that they're not mutually exclusively, I think he said. And so we have a tendency to put people in boxes, right? Oh, they're a scientist, they must not have faith. Well, clearly with the quote that you used,
Yes.
that is not true. And his
I'm
quote,
a faithful scientist.
yeah. His quote reminded me of something my grandmother used to tell me, that if someone does not include you in their circle, draw your own circle big enough to include them.
Oh, I love that.
Isn't that great? Good old grandma.
Wow.
Yeah. So thank you again, Rev Steph, for being here. And will you be able to join us in Zoom afterwards?
I will be in the Zoom. Absolutely.
Oh, yay. Okay, good. I'll bring my notes out there. All right. Thank you so much. Okay, you guys. Holy macanoli. Thank you, Rev Steph. So here in our community Center for Spiritual Living, we have a couple of sources where you can seek support. Our community care circle can help you in any number of ways. You can contact either prayer at cslstgeorge.org or the individual practitioners that you see on our website for prayer requests. They are always open and ready to pray with you, pray for you, whether it's something glorious you want to continue or whether you need some moral support with something. So please reach out. Our conversation at noon today is happening. So we hope that you will join us at noon there. The link can be found in the newsletter and on the website. and even on Facebook, I believe. And our next in-person service is October 8th. So here's my chance to be accountable and apologetic to, I made the mistake of in today's Friday's reminder that our next in-person was on the 15th. That was wrong. It is actually the 8th. That's the second Sunday of October 8th. So I hope we get to see you there. We certainly enjoy being at least part of the time in person again. So come join us and bring a friend. We have new faces every month, and it's just so exciting to see our community expanding. We, of course, sit in the flow of abundant prosperity. We're so grateful for your donations to keep us going. And I want you to know that we, in turn, we tithe to the organization of Centers for Spiritual Living, the movement, because that's where we are spiritually fed. And we hope that you feel spiritually fed here. And we also have started a practice of quarterly making donations based on your donations to some entity in the community. And this month it's Pride of Southern Utah, and the other things places where we donate are Switch Point and Stepping Stones, 24/7 daycare, and the Dove Center. And so every quarter we will look at where is the need. Is it families? Is it houseless people? Is it, where do we need, who needs our attention? So we love sitting in that flow and passing on that abundance to where we see the need in our personal community. So let us know if you have ideas of where we can send those donations as well. So thank you so much. So Reverend Joe our senior minister will be with us the next 2 Sundays. Love Wins next week, and the Paradox Mindset the first week in October. So can you believe we're almost October? That means it's almost Christmas, y'all. And I just want to say appreciate Star bringing up Rosh Hashanah. We do like to acknowledge that we do have a multifaceted, diverse community. And so all of our Jewish friends out there are celebrating. And so thank you, Star, for calling that out. All right. I think Bill will bring us all up, and we hope you'll join us in the closing affirmation. And there we all are. Woohoo! All right, so please join us. Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
It is this thing called life.
Life is in my mind. Life is in my body. Life is in all that I do.
I am it, I embrace it, and I share it.
Just the way that it is.
And just the way that it is becoming.
Thank you, Live.
Life.
Woo!
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you again, Rev Steph. See you all on Zoom.
Zoom at noon.
Zoom at noon.
Zoom.